from the same thing as Floyd, legacy wise, where they are greats, but at the same time, they don't have the same amount of competition as those that came before them. And it kind of hurts their place as far as being in the top 10 list because, like they didn't really have that trial under fire. You feel me? Back in the 80s and 90s, you had a KRS, you had a Rakim, you had X amount of people like him, Shabazz. I could be going on and on. You had
Coogee
Daylight,
Rap,
Coogee Rap. You feel me? Like you had X amount of people to where it was debatable. Kendrick doesn't really have that type of competition right now. His biggest competition has been somebody who has ghostwriters, who everybody knows has ghostwriters. So you, as an MC, you're seen as the best MC in the world, but your competition is somebody who has ghostwriters. That shit is crazy.
You don't think Cole should be considered a contender or his
No,
competition?
hell no.
You don't think Cole? You don't think Cole was nice as Kendrick?
Cole bowed out when he had the chance to prove it.
Oh, I'm saying, yeah, okay, battle wise, I get it. But I'm saying, as far as just lyrical ability, you think that Cole won't wash Kendrick or at least hang with him?
No, I don't
Wow.
think so. I don't think so at all.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
And I think that Jid is close to being better. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that fuck it. I think that Jid is extremely close. Remember how when Jay-Z was talking about Memphis Bleak and he was like, "Oh, Memphis Bleak is going to be as nice as me," or whatever he said. He gave him a real.
He clearly lied, but yeah.
If J. Cole was to say that about Jid, it wouldn't be a lie, in my opinion.
I agree. But Jay-Z, he must have been on that dust that day talking about that. Memphis Bleak is my top 10 all worstest rappers of all time. Memphis Bleak is trash. I said it. I'm going online. I said he's trash.
I mean, I think that Cole should be respect. I do respect him. I do think that he's dope. But do I think that he is more lyrical than Kendrick? I can't go there. And I don't think he's a better rapper than Kendrick.
What's the word we use all the time? Cole use more what you call it, triple, double multis than Kendrick and stuff like that. He goes in different pockets that not only Kendrick can go in, but he does it, to me, with more detail and more lyrics. Kendrick is more poetry, and he stays away from the triple and double multis a lot. But it's just me. It's opinionated. So okay, all right. Give us the list. Skills. Give us the list so we can.
Okay, I was hard pressed to find 10, and I'm not going to say that they are better, but I do think that they belong in the conversation. And one could argue that they are more lyrical. You know what I'm saying? And also, I think that best is subjective. You feel me? Like it depends on what you consider. But to me, I would say Nas. I would say Andre 3000. I would say Jay-Z. This is going to be controversial, but I would say Pharoah Monch raps just as good, if not better than Kendrick. I think that Black Thought is also should be in the conversation. I think that this is real controversial because he didn't really have that solo success. But to me, Fat Lip from the Far Side was crazy. When he was in his prime, Fat Lip was crazy. I think he was the best member of the Far Side. I think he had the most quotables. I think he's extremely underrated. I think Murs should be in the conversation. I think Common should be in the conversation. And I think Earl Sweatshirt should be in that conversation.
I disagree with the last two.
Cool, Common and Earl Sweatshirt.
Yeah,
Who always more Common. Common is definitely a top 10 MC. He's one of my favorite MCs. Actually,
Common got one of the best discographies in hip hop.
He do, but he's not for everybody.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think anybody's for everybody. Lupe Fiasco can rap.
I'm pretty sure, like,
why didn't you name Lupe?
Battle stuff, and when it comes to bar for bar, Common is definitely up there. He's one of the greats.
And you can't deny talent. You can't. Even though he's not a favorite. See, it's hard to separate. A lot of time, it's hard to separate favorite from best too, because a lot of time the favorite.
Good point.
So
good point, Gov. Go. French cook. I'm sorry. Good point.
I think a lot of it is too. So sometimes you take away when I look at the people that's not my favorite, But when I listen to their body of work, and I'm like, this is still technically sound. Like I can understand why people rock with this. That's how I know for sure that they belong in the list.
Yeah, that's the way I feel about Nas. I'm not the biggest Nas fan in the world, but I got the utmost respect for him.
Now, when we're judging this list, is this your list, Skills, or you wanted us to come with our own list?
This is my list. So these are just 10 rappers I feel
Okay.
like rap just as good as Kendrick does. I'm not saying that they make the same. I'm not saying that they make great music like Kendrick does. I'm saying as far as the ability to put bars together. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I got Pharoah Monch, I got Black Thought, Jay-Z, 3 Stacks, I got Nas, Common, Earl Sweatshirt. I might have been tripping with Fat Lip. You feel me? But I'll put Ghostface. I'll put Ghostface
Yeah,
with Fat Lip.
I would take Fat Lip off, but a lot of people don't know about Cambada. Cambada, I say between Cambada and Pharoah Monch, can't nobody rap better than those two.
Hey yo, I'm not gonna say nothing controversial here tonight, but me and Chakra got a song with Cambada. I'm gonna send you that joint, and then I want you to revisit with that phrase, that statement. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it there, yo.
Oh my God.
Me and Chakra kind of gave him that work, yo. But I'm gonna send it to you. Me and Chakra kind of gave him that work.
Hold on, Scales. You refer. It sound like our boy from Baltimore, man. The Tank Davis situation in the spar match. You know what I'm saying with Haney.
Yeah, it's yo.
You got to show. Oh well, you got the tape. I was gonna say show us the tape, but you got the tape.
Got it. I'll send the song. Me and Chakra got a song with Cambada called Andre the Giant.
Okay, that's what's up.
Okay. So you disagree with Cambada?
You gotta hear this song, bro. I respect Cambada. I'm appreciative of the feature.
I can't really judge off of one song because not everybody.
No, Cambada can rap though. Yeah, and then you can get
not everybody is going to kill every single verse. Sometimes you have verses that's better than others. So, yeah.
Okay. I can't go there. I'm gonna just send you the song. I don't think that Cambada raps as well as Kendrick Lamar. I think that he raps very well, and I think that a lot of people were shocked that he could rap with Lux like that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, Lux is a battle rapper. That doesn't mean he can't rap on beat. We saw what he did with Joey Badass with helping him respond against the West Coast. You know what I mean? But like, I would put a Razzcast over Cambada. I would put a Murs over Cambada. But that's just me and my personal preference.
I never really listened to Murs, so I can't really speak on him.
Okay.
But
me neither. I listen to a little bit of stuff.
Razzcast, maybe.
Maybe. See, hold on. See, a lot of things got to take place. A lot of things got to take place, y'all. Like
that's where you get favorites, and that's when he's like, if somebody's actually good and a favorite. I never really cared for Razzcast like that. I do respect him as lyricist though, but I just could never get in. I never really liked them like that.
Okay, here's my thing. Are we judging by like the voice, the style, the technique?
I judge by all that stuff. I don't just judge by lyrics.
Okay.
I judge by flow, your ability to write songs, your ability to ride a beat, your different kinds of flows that you're able to come up with, your different cadences. I judge all that stuff. I don't just judge somebody because they can rap good. That's why I'm not really into guys like Razzcast like that. Yeah, he can spit, but he's not really colorful like that. I tend to like rappers that's a little bit more animated. You know what I'm saying?
Like Busta Rhymes or something like that.
Like Pharoah Monch, for example. He's a perfect example.
Okay.
Like in my book, Pharoah Monch is one of the greatest MCs to ever do it.
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Even his shit from Organized Confusion was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my list, and then Gov, Quan Bizzle, or Jammer one, y'all can go after me. Okay, this is a freestyle. This off the top of the dome. MF Doom. Elzai. Man. I don't want to go 90s, man, for some reason.
Nah, that's good. I should have put Elzine on my shit. Elzine is crazy.
I'm gonna go with Pharoah Monch, but that's he's an honorable mention. So I'm gonna go with Doom, Elzine, Andre 3 Stacks. We just talking about rhyming ability and stuff. Tech Nine, Lupe Fiasco, 5 more to go. Eminem.
I don't agree with that one.
Y'all may hate me for this one, but Royce the 5'9", give him the business. I like Cole over Kendrick. That's just my opinion. And the last two got to really count because I'm gonna feel real messed up. I'm gonna go on. These two gonna shock y'all, and I'm gonna give my explanation why. 38 Special and Ransom.
I agree with Ransom.
And my honorable mentions are Pharoah Monch and Lloyd Banks.
I can't even.
Lloyd Banks been gone on it.
Yeah, he hard, but I don't know if he better than
I
Kendrick.
don't think Lloyd Banks can rap with Kendrick, bro.
Lloyd Banks has been gone on a terror.
I don't think Lloyd Banks can rap with Kendrick. I respect Lloyd Banks, you feel me? I love G-Unit, you feel me? Like, but I think that Lloyd Banks is like, I don't want to do him like that, John. But I feel like he is like, he's kind of like in the Jada mold, but not Jada. You know what I mean? Like he's
more lyrical than Jada. He's more poetically lyrical than Jada. If you listen to his albums he put out this year, all the Halloween Havocs, and I forgot the other names of it. There's no disrespect because I'm terrible with people titles and album titles. But let's look at what he displayed this year in 2025, 2024. He been going on a terror. He's been going on a terror. And it's not about punchlines neither. He has really gotten his bag of lyricism now. He's still flamboyant.
I agree. I spent the weekend with Lloyd Banks just playing all his projects, getting up to speed.
Ones?
And I agree. Yeah, the recent ones. And he's nice, but I still don't think that he's messing with Kendrick. Nah.
Y'all killing me, man. Y'all killing me.
No, because look, Lloyd might catch him in a cipher, but if this is like, I just think that there's levels, and I don't think that Lloyd is there. Like, I think that he's from the mold of Jada, and I'm really going to have to listen to it if he's saying he's better than Jada. I don't think so. Jada's like the blueprint for that type of style, in my opinion. Like Jada, Sean Price, people like that. Like, I think that there's just levels, and I just don't know, bro. Like, I feel like Method Man is closer to Kendrick than Lloyd Banks. And for me, an honorable mention probably be Yasin Bey, also known as Mos Def.
Oh yeah.
I think Mos Def could definitely rap with Kendrick.
Oh yeah. How could we forget Mos Def of all people?
Yasin is crazy.
Man. Yeah.
I gotta go back and listen to Yasin a little bit more. I got to go back and listen. I got to.
Have you heard the Have you heard the freestyle with him, Black Thought and Eminem?
No, I
way back on BET.
Yeah, the BET freestyle.
You gotta send it to me. I'll type it in. Yeah, I gotta go back. I gotta go back and listen to Yasin Bey.
Yeah, because he the type of MC that people sleep on because he don't really do a lot. But when he does do something, he hits you with an uppercut. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like when if he sneak in on a feature or something, he'll hit you with an uppercut. You wasn't even expecting that, but he's definitely up there. He's definitely one of the best.
Well, let me ask you this, Jam One. If let's say him and Kendrick was in a cipher, would it be a cheat code if you start harmonizing?
Harmonizing?
Yeah, he like to harmonize in his raps.
It depends on the song. They got to do it right.
Depend on, yeah, right. It depends on how it's done.
Pharoah Monch does that too sometimes.
Yeah, Kendrick do it too.
Yeah.
Top five, Bizzle.
Okay.
Top 10. Better than Kendrick.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't do a whole top 10, but I'm gonna do top five. Um, I'm gonna go straight out the gate, and I'm going to say Jay Z. Right, put Jay Z out there. Then it's a cheat code, but I'm gonna say Nas. Right, it's a safe zone. Because modern day, I'm gonna be fair. Even even old times, there's not too many people that can really kind of match with Kendrick, especially on the song. Nah, especially not these days.
Old Soul would tear Kendrick up.
Mm,
Kendrick said that Soul was a better lyricist than he.
well, definitely not now. That's back then. It's not now. So I'll say Nas, Jay Z, Biggie. Um, I think Biggie. Now I'm gonna. It might be a little. People might not like this, but I'm gonna say Corrupt as well. I'm gonna
Well,
say
that's
Corrupt.
interesting.
I'm gonna say Corrupt. I'm gonna go with Corrupt. Yeah, and that's disrespectful, but okay. That's very disrespectful. That's very. Don't you ever compare him to Snoop Dogg, please. Oh, that's disrespectful, man. That's disrespectful. I gotta go out and get some fresh air after that. But yeah, corrupt, and I would say, genuinely, I would say Black Thought. That's it.
Hmm. Corrupt. I'm gonna
Let
have
me.
to go ahead, Jamie.
No, what was you gonna say? Go ahead, because my question was slightly off topic. It's on topic, but it's off topic, and I don't want to throw it off too much.
I think that corrupt. That's very interesting as far as who can rap with Kendrick. I mean, yeah, but I felt like Kendrick wouldn't get on a song with him to do some lyrical shit. Like it would have bars in it, but I felt like they would do like you feel me, like the same way he had MC8 on that one song on Good Kid, Mad City, where they rapped on the Ice Cube sample, the Bird in the Hand joint. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like I feel like it'd be something like that, where it's like reminiscent about or talking about like the peak of West Coast rap. It would be some shit like that, as opposed to them trying to prove lyrical skill. Like I think that I'm very surprised that nobody said a Redman. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
Redman is very dope. I think that he could rap with Kendrick. I think that that would shock people though. Like I feel like animated MCs are praised, but it also gets held against them. Like
yeah,
people like
100%.
ODB, people like Busta Rhymes, people like Redman, they are very much so respected. They very much sell records. They very much put on great shows. But at the same time, when it comes to top 10 lists, very often they're not really put in there because they don't really get the same respect as their peers who are less animated, if that makes any sense. And as far as Biggie goes, I wanted to put Biggie on my list too, but at the same time, I felt like Kendrick's rhymes are going to age way better than Biggie's did. No disrespect, but I feel like a lot of the things Biggie said did not age well. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to like what he said about Raven Simone on
R&B.
you know what I mean? What he said on the Dream song, the shit that he said about Gutter throwing niggas off the bridge, like it's a bunch of lines like that where it's like, hey yo, what was this nigga talking about? Or the wickedness. The wickedness is like a 2 minute long pause, know
Bro,
what I mean? So it's
you
like
got P Diddy overseeing your project, bro. Now everything's coming together. Pause.
no.
Mhm.
Hey yo, that ass though. I just feel like he clearly was extremely skilled and he's been influential to everybody, to a lot of like you feel me? Like Nas said, name a rapper that I influenced, you know what I mean? Biggie definitely influenced a lot of people, but I feel like Kendrick's rhymes are gonna age way better. And I feel like Pac's rhymes and why niggas ain't mentioned Pac. Pac is one of
Did you
Kendrick
mention
biggest
Pop?
influences.
Did you mention
You
Pop?
mentioned Pac?
No, I didn't mention Pop. I feel like Pop is very underrated, especially in the lyrical scene. But I think even and I mean, who knows? I mean, if Pac was still alive, how much his lyrical ability would have evolved. How much mature his lyrics would have grown and stuff like that. But if we're basing it off like the prime Pop, he could hang with Kendrick. I just don't. I think Kendrick would kind of outdo him. Kendrick is just more versatile than Pop. Pop was kind of like one dimensional. You know. You know. And
Yeah,
I'm a big
there's a
Pop
miscon.
fan.
Oh my bad, Lord.
Oh no.
Real quick, I got 3 rappers that no one mentioned, and I'm willing to bet that y'all won't even mention them tonight, but I'm gonna mention them anyway. No one mentioned Killer Priest, Holocaust, or Cannabis.
Cannabis not out rapping.
You lost your mind.
Cannabis
You
is
lost your
no
mind.
prime cannabis.
Yes. Yes.
All right,
Rip
I'm
off
about
your
to say
skin. Rip off your skin and get on your nerves. That cannabis.
cannabis right now. You know, he's mainly, unfortunately, cannabis is like a meme now. You know what I mean? Like cannabis is known. Like we know him for. I'll snatch your mic. What do you say? I'll snatch your crown with your head still attached to it. Like we know that cannabis, but a lot of people that weren't around when he said that know him for memes. They know him for when he was in that rap battle and he forgot his rhyme, so he pulled out his rhyme book and tried to read it. Like that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
he. You feel me? He kind of did himself under with the digital footprint on that one. But I agree that cannabis when he was just doing 4-minute freestyles and shit, that cannabis could definitely rap with Kendrick. And what is Prime Kendrick? Because I don't think Prime Kendrick is Kendrick right now. I think Prime Kendrick is probably To Pimp a Butterfly Kendrick. You know what I mean? Either that or Good Kid, Mad City, or somewhere in between, like, or maybe Dan
Yeah, like
from Good Kid, Mad City to
2014.
Dan.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Hey, well,
All
let
right.
me ask y'all this though. Um, why do you think that Kendrick is so much better than his contemporaries, like the guys, like his generation, basically? Why does he stand out so much further than the rest of them? Why do y'all think that is?
Um,
Um,
the machine that he's behind. The
So you
machine that
think it's the machine and his and like basically his name that makes him
the
stand out?
machine, everything that makes Kendrick Lamar what he is today. He went
Mm-hmm.
to the right label, the right production. Just what can make an artist even better than the next artist, even if he's not even gifted, he or she is not that gifted or talented. If they're around the right team, the right production team, the right label, that can catapult a person that's better. Let's look at the DMX and Jay-Z situation in the early 2000s. Well,
Mm-hmm.
when DMX came out with his dark and hell is hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
No one
Yeah.
expected that to defecate on Jay-Z joint that came out either that year or the year before. I don't know if it was Volume 3 or Sean Carter, whatever. But DMX ran the game. He dominated that game with that album
He dominated.
and everything that's gelled together. You know what I'm saying? And on the flip side of the coin, I think you can be more gifted than an artist and be more lyrical than an artist. But if you don't have the right team behind you that's pushing you and that goes again with production and everything, you can sound worse than somebody, uh, um, you can sound worse than little Pipsqueak or little Penguin can make a better album than you. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so it does depend on the team, man. That's my opinion. Depend on the team. Make or break an artist.
Okay.
Well, I think a big thing is the ability to put the songs together, though. Who can do that? I think that's the thing that's the real lasting thing because the song is what always gets replayed over and over again. Freestyles don't get that same replay value like a song does. So that's what also influences it. Like a lot of people can be very talented when it comes to putting their words together and putting the raps and everything like that. But if they not talented when it comes to putting the songs, that's the difference between Kendrick and the rest right now.
He's a great songwriter.
And see, that's the big thing. That's the thing that really is like that lasting thing. Like when you think about the Pimp a Butterfly and Damn, when he went through that phase, that's kind of like what's solidified because it's almost like a wrestling thing had taken place. They was like passing the torch. You got the West Coast now. They did it in such a way, like when they painted a picture, like you can get like little glimpse of the old NWA. You can hear a little bit of that sound. So that way, that was like a reawakening. Like, yeah, the West Coast has been kind of been sleeping dormant for some time. He was able to go. They was able to package that thing in such a way that it turned into this phenomenon that we got now. You see what I mean? So he went from the West Coast wasn't getting any talk really Then all of a sudden now he's the number one guy.
Yeah, because they was just coming off their game high. He was like declining.
Yeah. But see, he
Mhm.
capitalized that by putting together solid projects, good songs that people still doing. You know what I mean? Think about it. The fact that people talking about the fact that there was no hip hop songs in the top 40. Remember that little
Mhm.
for the last week or two? His is the last one that was in it. And it was him and SZA. So that in and of itself is telling you where he's riding right now.
Mm. So basically, Kendrick Lamar is like the 70s version of Stevie Wonder now. Like, because that's what Stevie Wonder did in the 70s. Won all the awards, blew everybody out of the water, made the best music anybody ever heard.
But we got to think about why he's blowing everybody out of the water. Like, I think that, and to not keep bringing him up because he's not an MC, but he is necessary when telling the story, right? Drake, when he first came out, he was a backpacker. You feel me? Then he got with Young Money and Best I Ever Had came out. He blew up. Okay, but the thing was that when he came out towards the end of the Snap era. If everybody is doing that type of music and you happen to come out with something that's remotely lyrical, you're going to look immensely better by comparison.
Right,
You're going
right.
to look way better because everybody else is not trying to rap. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we have Kendrick Lamar, who comes from the West Coast, and not that the West Coast had, you feel me, they dominated for a minute as far as, you feel me, like the 90s go, as far as like radio playing shit like that. But it kind of reminds me of how KRS has shut down Queens, you feel me? And then they came back with a vengeance with Nas, Tribe, Mobb Deep, etc. Right? And it's
Right.
like they give him credit for creating the killer. I felt like Kendrick kind of came in the game feeling like he had a major point to prove as far as West Coast rappers being able to rap more so as like, yeah, we sell records, but we also can really rap. Like the first time I heard about him was when he cipher slash battled Charles Hamilton. This is back in the day when
Yeah,
you,
Charles Hamilton. I remember
yeah,
him.
remember him? And
Yeah, I
that's
remember him.
back when, you feel me, New York was Fred the Godson, Mickey Fax, know what I mean, like that era. And he went crazy during that cipher, and you know what I mean, his legend just grew from that. But it's like Kendrick is a, you feel me, like he describes himself as a madman, you know what I mean? And I believe it. I feel like he has earned his accolades, and I feel like he is a workaholic in a genre and in an era where dudes are treating this as a hustle as opposed to trying to push the culture forward. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
So it's like you are the one that's trying to keep pushing your pen. Everybody else is chilling. Like niggas was genuinely upset about his control verse, but it's like that's how it's supposed to be. We supposed to be friends off the court, and when we get on the court, I'm trying to bust your ass. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and I'm not saying like on a song, we're supposed to work together and make the best song. But as far as staking a claim for being the best, that's what makes this shit important. You know what I mean? It's like we were talking about wrestling earlier. It's niggas is throwing each other around the ring, niggas is slamming each other, but you have to have a reason for why this shit matters. The same way with the NBA, niggas is talking about some rings don't matter. Then why the fuck do you keep score? Why do you have to win
100%.
X amount of games?
We had something like we had a discussion like this a while back, right? I think Mickey Fax was on here, and I don't know if you remember Gov and Jam, but we was like, what's more important? Making especially at the stage, it depends on the stage of the MC. When the MC starts out, he's trying to learn his craft, learn his style. He's getting out, he's removing himself from his idols, meaning like he don't want to sound like Raekwon no more. He's coming into his own flow. And then it's more like impressing your peers. Am I nice? Am I not? Am I not? What I got to work on? Then it goes into battling people outside of your realm, outside of your comfort zone. Then
Mm-hmm.
it goes to who's the best MC. I'm trying to murder everybody on track. I want everyone to know that I am the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? That's under your bed. But once you get crafty and older and more veteran into the game, it start to become let's make a good song. You know what I'm saying? I think we talked about that. What's more important, making a good
Yeah.
song or destroying somebody on track? Or is it a balance?
It's a little bit of both. But I think that making a good song is better than is more important than taking taking somebody's head off one track. That's young man stuff. You know what I mean? That's what you want to do when you're young.
No, I agree with you, but like in the context of this Kendrick situation, I just feel like he stands out so much because he's the one that clearly gives a fuck. I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of his counterparts want what comes with it as far as the financial shit, but they don't really care about their standing of where they get placed once this is all said and done. You know what I mean? And he clearly cares. You know what I mean? Like and I feel like Cole is talented, but I feel like Cole got debatable classics more so where Kendrick got more accepted classics. Where to me, Cole got two and a possible. Kendrick got 3 or 4 bona fide classics.
What's the two? What's the two?
2014 Forest Hills Drive and Born Center.
So what about For Your Eyes Only? You don't look at that as a classic?
No, I do not.
Oh,
And I think that the marketing for that album didn't match the album. He dropped 2 singles, one where he went at Wale, and then one where he went at Kanye, and they were both on Boom Bad Beats. And it's like, oh shit, is this nigga going to drop some Illmatic type shit on us? Then niggas talking about they want to fold clothes, and the neighbors think I'm selling dope. I'm like, what the fuck going on? You're like, how did you market?
Hold on, Skills. He's drinking almond milk. Remember, he said, "I can't believe I'm drinking almond milk."
Wait a minute. Did J. Cole? I know it's slightly off topic, but did J. Cole end Wale's career?
No. Wale ended Wale's career because Wale kept crying.
Hold on, y'all think Wale's career is over?
I do. I mean, he can make a hit. He can make another Lotus Flower Bomb.
That's what I'm saying. I think. Look, listen, y'all may disagree with me. I get it, my fellow city men from my city. But I think Wale he doesn't get brought up in the discussion a lot, and he's very talented. If I'm doing modern day lyricists, he's in my top 10, respectfully.
No doubt. His reputation is really bad, though.
I mean, from what I see, he's a horrible human. From what I see, he's a horrible human being. You get what I'm saying? As far as his attitude and everything. But I'm just talking about, I'm putting aside that, just his body of work and his skills is, I think he doesn't get the respect or the recognition that he deserves, man. That's just me.
You're probably right.
I don't know, man. I think that he is talented, man, but like, I feel like, I don't know, man. I think he's all right. I don't think that he's whack. I think he's good. I don't think that he can rap with Kendrick. I don't think he's rapped with Cole, but can he consistently, like if they did a collab album, would I want to hear it? I wouldn't want to hear it. And I don't think that he would last very long. Like if they did a 10 10 song album together, and they both had to rap on every song, I think that he would make him look how Fonte makes it's my man named Pooh look. You know what I mean? And Pooh has gotten better over time, but I don't know if y'all fuck with Little Brother. I don't know if y'all listen to Little Brother.
How you feel about Odyssey? Do you think Odyssey can hang with a Kendrick 10 track song?
Odyssey is nice. I don't know how their styles will work together though. I would rather hear Odyssey make the beats for Kendrick than for him to rap with Kendrick. Could he hold his own? I think so.
Yeah. All right, Gov. We never got you in Jam's top 10.
Oh, I don't have one. And y'all pretty much mentioned everybody that I would have mentioned, so I'm good.
I would have added probably LL to the mix. And who else? Scarface. That's about it.
Wait, these are top 10 rappers that we think can rap with Kendrick. These not our top 10 of all time, right?
No, yeah, they can rap with Kendrick.
Oh, all right, okay.
I think again, it goes back to production and the song. I mean, like who's producing everything. I think a Scarface could deal with a Kendrick. I'm gonna tell you another person on my list that y'all may not agree with me on. Beanie Siegel.
See, it's the flows. The Kendrick got the ability to switch so many flows, though.
So that's the scary part.
that's what puts them on another level. You know what I mean? Everyone, like, say what the people I named so far, I don't see them doing that at that same level. You know what I mean? Switching.
Or not at all. You know, and I think that's what frustrates me too. That's what frustrates me with a lot of new school cats, right? I'm hating, so my frustration come from hate. Like if you ever get on a track with a new school cat and he be in your pocket, he be in the same pocket, then he just start, then he slow it down. I mean, and I'm like, God damn, you really ain't saying nothing, but you just caught the ear. So everybody gonna think that you killed me on track because that's how you can just switch into different cadences of your flow. You know?
Very effective.
Yeah.
But see, that helps with the whole entertainment value. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I was mentioning like Yasin Bey, like if he was to rap with Kendrick, is it a cheat code if you start singing? Because you know he get into a singing bag and then you forget all about what Kendrick was talking about. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't think he would have to sing though. I think bar for bar, he would get up, he would get there with him. Especially if you listen to the most recent Black Star album, they got a song on there called "So Be It." Y'all seen Bey's verse on there? I would put up there with any recent Kendrick verse we've heard.
Mm. I know who would destroy him on all 10 songs, flat out, and it's not even a discussion. If him and Three Stacks was to do a 10-song album and Three Stacks focus and get in his bag, it's a wrap, man. Come on. This is not even a conversation. We're not having a conversation, bro. We're not
I
having a
don't know.
conversation.
I think that Andre
We're
would
not having a conversation, bro.
has Andre been in the gym? Oh, you mean if he focused? Yeah,
That,
if he
Yeah,
focused,
if he
yeah.
focus and get in his bag,
that's
we're
very
not.
interesting because I'm thinking prime Three Stacks.
No, I mean
Who a
recently.
lot of people learned from. So many people learned from his style. Like he got a lot of babies, yo, in the game. Three Stacks, just
Kendrick is
off the
one
way
of them.
he delivered his flow. But anyway, yeah, probably he probably could.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be a topic of conversation. And I think Whatchamacallit will wash him too. And I think he would just wash him out of
I
proving a
wouldn't say
point.
what I wouldn't say he would wash him.
No, no,
I
no. I
wouldn't say
think I
all
think
that.
a focused Three Stacks will wash Kendrick Lamar. My thing is another person that will wash him. That's out of sheer focus that his competitive hatred for Kendrick would just drove him to the
Oh,
point.
I know who you gonna say, Lupe.
Yup,
Lupe hate that nigga.
yup.
Lupe
Lupe,
hate Kendrick something serious.
Lupe. If you put Lupe under the same production that Kendrick has, it's gonna be a long night for
I
Kendrick.
think Kendrick could spank him. And the reason why I think Kendrick could spank him, I think that Lupe would get his bars off. But like if they gonna get competitive, like on some meth versus chef shit, like Lupe is a very intelligent. He's very intelligent. He puts them words together. But he's very nice. He's very dope. But I don't think he can go where Kendrick can go as far as putting that sting. You know how like in boxers they put some snap on a jab, know what I mean? I
Mhm.
feel like Lupe, he not really gonna, if he were to make it competitive to the point where they battling each other on songs low key, I think Kendrick could spank him. I just don't think that Lupe can go there. I think he can rap very well, but I don't think that he can really like when he battled Royce, you know what I mean? Some people think Lupe won, some people think Royce won. I
He
feel
killed. He
like
killed. He killed.
he killed who?
My opinion. He washed Royce in that battle. My opinion. Mickey
Word.
Fax. Mickey Fax got up in Royce. Pause in that battle. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know why Mickey jumped in that battle for real.
Because Lupe is his boy. That's his man's 50 grand.
But MC Shan got spanked by KRS. Them niggas ain't help him.
Who was that? Who was around to help him
Hey,
at that time?
sometimes
Cool G Rap,
sometimes
Big
you
Daddy
just gotta
Kane, Craig G, Master Ace,
now see
Roxanne Shante.
KRS was cool with all of them. He was already cool with all of them. People were scared of KRS in his day though. It's
Yeah, they
like we were
was.
I
talking
mean,
about on that other
He was
show.
the boogeyman.
Like
He
people
was
were
the
scared of
boogeyman
I
of
mean,
LA.
but KRS was throwing niggas off stage. I mean, I guess that happened before that, but still, like,
Yeah,
and
KRS One was the boogeyman.
lyrically early on, like 1986 to 1989, KRS was a beast. Lyrically, he was a beast. Like some people say Big he couldn't get with Kane or Rakim. I totally disagree. Completely.
Yeah,
Because
that's
KRS
insane.
was like Kendrick, KRS could go where they couldn't go. That's what made him so good. He had different styles and cadences.
Yeah, he did.
He had all types of different choruses that drew you in. He was fun to listen to.
That
You know?
especially when he would do that dance hall shit. Like the
Yeah,
dance hall touch to the bridge is open. Nah.
yeah. That's what won him a lot of battles, the way he was able to do that.
What about Prime Wayne? Like Carter 2 Wayne. You think he can deal with Kendrick? That Carter 2 Wayne was treacherous, boy. I mean, you got the allegations of ghostwriting, you know, but
See, I'm biased for real because I grew up when Wayne. I remember Wayne going from Hot Boys to doing the Carter and eventually becoming who we know him as. But Wayne is that, but Wayne is not that to me, if that makes any sense. A lot of people in my generation see Wayne as a top 10 MC, and I don't. I think that the Carter 2 was dope. I think the Carter 3 was dope. And the Carter 4 was dope. I know he had a lot of mixtapes that he went crazy on, but I felt like if you can go crazy on a mixtape, you should be able to go just as crazy on an album. Like for a long time, J. Cole had that same criticism where it's like you got these classic mixtapes, but then when it comes to the album, it's like, you know what I mean? And he eventually
it's politics in making an album though.
I feel you, but I'm just saying. So with that being said, I think that Wayne is dope. I don't think he's whack, but he's not in my top 10. Wayne is not in my top 20. So I don't think there's any form of Wayne that would give Kendrick an issue, in my opinion. I don't think that there's any form of Wayne that would give Kendrick an issue. Not to say that he's whack or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I would like to know. Go. I'm sorry, my bad. Go ahead. I'm finished.
No, you good. You good.
I would like to know our opinion real quick on what album's better. Good Kid, Mad City versus Games album. I can't think of it right now.
Documentary.
Yeah. I would like to. I would like to. Hear that debate one day. Which album is better? Me personally, I choose the documentary over Good Kid, Mad City for a lot of reasons. You know what I'm saying? But Game is one of those artists that no one mentioned Diva. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Does he fall into that round with Lloyd Banks, that punchline artist, like Cassidy and stuff like that? Is that a strike against these guys because they punchline artists? Like J.R. Payne is a monster. No one mentioned him neither.
I'm glad you said that.
J.R. Payne will give him the business.
The thing about punchline rap is it hits in the moment, but punchline rap don't really age well. That's what you hear when you listen to somebody like Big L. You know what I mean? Like the bars are there. It don't really have a lot of replay value after the first few times you listen to it. That's the issue with punchline rap.
And it lacks substance too.
Yeah, but you don't always need substance. I mean, I think that having dope punchlines is actually a form of substance. It just, like I said, it don't really age well.
So is this an East Coast thing? Because I don't really think any of us mentioned Pac, right? I think that Pac, it's held against him that he's not a punchline, that he wasn't heavy with punchlines. You feel me? Like a lot of people act like he wasn't lyrical. And it's like Pac was very lyrical. He just wasn't a traditional punchline rapper.
Yeah, I mean, check this out.
I don't think Pac was lyrical.
Andre 3000 is not heavy on punchlines, and neither is Black Thought. But still, they respected his lyricists.
Yeah, but I don't think Pac was, getting back to your question, your what you mentioned, Skills. I don't think Pac was a lyricist.
Woo!
I don't think he was a lyricist at all. I just think that he, I don't know what definition to come up with.
Pac was a different kind of animal.
He was more like, to me, and follow me here, He was more to me like how a young Jeezy was when he first came out. He say things that pull the heartstrings and people can relate to. You get what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
like Brenda has a baby or Dear Mama. He has songs that people relate to. Like I was just listening to a few days ago while I was at work. I was listening to what was it? Strictly for My Niggas or something like that. And I was listening to it, and I was like, yo, this was my NBA young boy when I was a teenager. Like he's relating to everything that I'm going through. Doesn't make him
Right.
a lyricist, it's just real. You get what I'm saying? So
I mean, I think that the storytelling ability and the ability to make people feel what you have to say is a part of the lyricism. Like the reason why I didn't mention Lupe is because I'm not really a big fan or listener of Lupe because I can hear that you can rap very well, but what other than you being able to rap very well is going to make me want to listen to more of your music. I've heard Kick Push. I heard the whole recent joint where he's supposed to be a samurai inspired by Amy Winehouse. I don't understand that shit, but I listened to the album, and just keeping it real with you, they don't correlate. I don't understand that shit, and like I just think that he can rap, but it's like what else with your ability to rap is going to make people want to listen to you more and want to listen to a full project. Like there's hella people that watch that whole Black Thought, and we know how nice Black Thought is. You feel me? But there's a lot of people that saw that Black Thought freestyle and was like, "Oh, he can rap his ass off. He probably is a top 10 rapper," but they didn't go listen to his solo shit.
yeah. I think man, if I lose my train of thought. Y'all go ahead, because I lost my train of thought.
But Pac,
It'll come back to me.
my favorite Pac album is Don Machiavelli, 7 Day Theory. I feel like he went crazy on that. I feel like he went crazy on Me Against the World and All Eyes on Me too. I just think that his style isn't very much so respected in the lyricist community, but it's he had a more alternative, he had a different type of approach, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't lyrical. Like he was really saying some shit and he had hella quotables, but I do think that a lot of his shit was predicated on the delivery. But just because it was predicated on the delivery doesn't mean he wasn't really saying some shit. You know what I mean? But we are in an era where niggas is saying bullshit, but they saying it with so much passion that is
Yeah,
getting jacked. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
that wasn't the case with Pac. Pac had a lot of shit to say.
like the what's his name? My man, the light skinned cat, the Muslim brother. What's his name, man? From
Kevin Gates.
Kevin Gates. Thank you. I'm not too familiar with his work, but the songs I heard is like I see why people feel him. You know what I'm saying? He's not lyrical, but he makes songs that touches the soul.
But
You
he's
know,
another one.
this hip hop stuff got so many pockets. There's so many layers to this stuff, man.
Mhm. But he's another one that can get lyrical when he wants to. I'm gonna send you the song. He got a joint with Mac Miller and Earl Sweatshirt. That shit is crazy. And he was rapping on that bitch. But I feel like he's one of them. Like I forget who we were talking about the other day, but there's a lot of people that switch their style over,
The
but they
bald head
really
dude that's
have
beefing, the light skinned brother that's beefing with
an elite chopper. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know him, but you was telling me, yeah. I was like, yo, he pretty alright. I thought, it sounded like he had a boom backpack, you know what I'm saying, background.
Did.
See, that's the thing, right? You know what? It's hip hop to me reminds me of jazz music right now. Where
Yeah, definitely.
it's like that. There's like the among jazz musicians, they'll listen to a brand of jazz that the rest of the people that do, they just can't comprehend it. Like it's just too complicated. Like the true jazz musicians, they'll sit there and listen and study all the greats to the point now that they deep into the bass player lore or the keyboard player lore, the guitar, whatever it is, whatever the instrument is, they study it to this level, like it's PhD level. But the average masses listen to music on a middle school level. You know what I mean? Like this way they say with the same thing they say with newspapers written for seventh graders back then. So it's like the same thing. When we talking about hip hop on this level, a lot of the lyricists is going to go above a lot of the people's heads. So they're not going to be your mainstream top 10. You see what I mean? because a lot of times it's that complicated, it's that deep, it's that. And once you get into it, and when you get past that, like, all right, I'm used to eating cereal. I'm past that. I'm used to eating bread. I'm beyond that now. I can go ahead and eat steaks and all that type of stuff now. My digestive system. So a lot of people digestion don't even get to that level. So right now, hip hop is kind of starting to split off into this way where you got the high level, the high caliber lyricists are starting to become their own genre by themselves, and everybody else is staying into this other thing.
Yeah, and me personally, I like, and I know we're going off topic, but I personally love how I don't know if you want to call it hip hop, you can call it a form of rap, but I personally love the way hip hop is being very creative. They're not scared to stay. They're not scared to stay in a box. They want to look at Kanye West. I wanted to. No, I don't want to talk about him. But anyway, um, uh, just look at his albums and the Vulture albums that just dropped and the Bully albums and stuff. I just like how, and he's the father of it, like, adventure out, experiment. Don't be scared. You know what I'm saying? Everything don't have to be lyrical, spiritual all the time. Especially if I think if an artist already proved that he can get down when he get down, just make an album, for a specific group of people, but it's a form of rap, but you can't call it hip hop. But I just think that if we all sound the same, that shit would be born in and on, man. Real talk.
I agree with
That
you.
shit be born. But here's the thing. I don't like when purists, right? And we all are, to some people may call us purists, right? And that's the stream
Yeah, I was about to say
the
you don't
stream
consider
side of
yourself a purist?
the stream side of hip hop, right? But
Mm-hmm.
what I don't like from purists like ourselves and our counterparts, when somebody make a creative album, right? And it could be an album featuring the instrumentals, where they throw 4 or 5 bars and let the instrumental play, or whatever the case may be, right? Or go totally left or something. It'll be us criticizing that artist. Yo, I ain't feeling that, boy. I don't know what he thought he was thinking about.
Are you referencing the JLX shit? How he kept having all them snippets?
That's a perfect segue. Yeah, people downed him and clowned him for it. Knowing how, and he's another guy on my list, I think that'll wash Kendrick if he focus. A lot of people gave that man flat for that project, knowing how this man Penn is and how he gets down. Knowing that if he team up with Primo, the next day the whole world will be on this D. You get what I'm saying? But here we go again. Us as persons, I don't know what he should have kept that in a vote, man. That ain't hip hop. I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? What was he thinking? The hypocrisy kills me sometimes, bro. It really does.
I feel
I
like
agree.
I agree. Go ahead, Jenny.
I felt that way for a long time about how hip hop kind of don't really embrace people who are a little bit more alternative. And I understand why though. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to hear it in the pocket. You have those people who like, let's go back to jazz. You got some people who don't believe that electric jazz is real jazz. Because the instruments aren't organic. You have people like that. They don't want to hear anything that's outside of the traditional sound. And I can understand that. I can respect that too. But you know what I mean? It's just the way it is.
I want to mention something real quick before we go into the couple segue into the couple segment topic. I was having a conversation with a fellow rapper that we know, but I'm not gonna mention his name. It was like a few years ago, and he made a statement about gangster hip hop or street hip hop, right? And he said that it's killing our youth, and he was downplaying it as like an enemy towards the black people and his culture. I said I see your point. However, don't you think the people that we deem as conscious rappers, they say the same ish? It's just because it's behind a conscious boom bap beat and they saying it a different way. It's still the same poison that's out there. I'll make an example for you. hypothetical. Let's say you have a West Side Gun. He say something like, "I bust my gun and Louie, she sucked me off, Chewy,
Boom, boom, boom,
right?
boom, boom, boom.
And boom, 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 boom." And then you have somebody like Common say something that's so vicious, but he said it in a lyrical way behind a boom bap beat. You still think it's positive. He'll say something about effing his best man wife at a wet night. You know, he'll say something crazy like, "I saw you before you put the ring on. We did our thing, and boom, boom." Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. You're saying the same vicious things. It's just that you're saying it in a different way. So how are you better than West Side Gun?
This is
Y'all
different.
follow what I'm
Said
saying?
something. Common said on his first album, "It's a party in your mouth, B, and everybody's coming."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So how is he morally, when it comes down to the culture and the youth, how is he more morally than say somebody like Akinelli say put it in your mouth?
Right, I guess street aspect.
Come on, man.
I guess it's the street aspect of it. They pretty much like you're pretty much glorifying the criminal element. You know what I mean? That enterprise of it. I think that's the issue that people are having when it comes to the street. When they talking about the street, the criminal side of it. Why do we always got to be for that? So it's like because we went through an era. Remember watching an era where people was out saying, "Look, I make my music for drug dealers, for killers." You know, people were saying that in their rhymes, so that was like a part of their branding. You know what I mean? So when you look at the people that brand it based on that, I think that's where the people can come out with their criticism.
Mm. Yeah,
Another
that's a
thing,
strong point. That's a strong point.
another thing is when a street rapper calls a woman out of her name, it's kind of like expected or it's looked at as just like a part of the game versus when a conscious rapper calls a woman out of her name, he's trying to help her. "I'm trying to help you out. I want to see you better yourself. You shouldn't be like this." That's the difference.
Gemma Warren, come on now.
And
Sometimes
I'm
they
telling
say,
you,
no, 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 no,
that's
no,
what
no, no,
he
no,
said.
no,
That
no, no,
remind
no.
me
I'm
of
not gonna
Slow
let you get
Down.
I'm not gonna let you get away with that. This is how I look at it. When a conscious rapper is talking about getting in those drawers or sleeping around, backdooring his homeboy when it's over some female, and then the street dude is saying the same thing. I look at it as the drug dealer and the religious man. The drug dealers out there conning the people for money, and then you got these religious leaders conning the people for money. So the same scenario is just that one is using God as a hustle and positivity, and one is using the devil as a hustle. It's the same hustle. It's the same hustle, bro.
I mean, just like from a rap point of view. I mean, you right, but from a rap point of view,
It's
it's
the yeah, from a rap
different.
point of view. Think
It's
about it. All right,
different.
look. No, it's not different. Like, look, think about it. No, seriously, think about it. Let's say you're performing tonight, right? And you
Hmm.
got this song dealing with sleeping around. I'm not saying you in general, but just hypothetical. You got the song sleeping around with your best friend's girl, and she's pregnant, but he doesn't know the baby's yours. And you put it in a creative way around a
Whoa, whoa,
boom
whoa,
bap
whoa,
beat.
whoa, 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 hold on.
Hypothetical. It's
I
hypothetical.
don't, I don't ever
Oh,
recall any conscious rapper coming up
what?
doing
Conscious rappers do
anything
a lot of say a
like
lot of
that.
foul things in their bars.
I don't know. Can you name one for me
Not
that
off the
actually
rip,
said like foul stuff to
not
that?
off the rip. But I'm trying to tell you. You feel what I'm saying? Just say
That's why I'm having trouble seeing what you putting down.
yeah. I got to do my research and send you
I
some
mean, you
bars.
got Sally got a one-track mind, but I don't think Diamond D is considered to be a conscious rapper. He's just, you know what I mean? Like, he's just a rapper. I really don't know. I mean,
Yeah, but
you got,
even Sally got a one track mind. He's talking about a girl that's got issues. You know, she's a troubled woman. You know what I mean?
Did he take advantage of this troubled woman?
I don't think so.
no,
He
he ain't
wanted
took
to see her.
advantage of it.
He took advantage of her.
No, he didn't. No, no.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I haven't heard that song in a long time, but I think he was just basically saying like, we want to see you do better, Sally. You know, you shouldn't be out here doing these things. You know, you're degrading yourself.
But y'all get my point. What I'm saying is, some people are like hypocritical,
Because
where they will look at.
it's another level though. You saying that's like a moral equivalent. You know what I mean? You talking about a moral. But see, there's also the criminal element to kick in, the legal side of it too. You see what I mean? Like, if I had a song that was coming out about sleeping with this man, girl, wife, whatever, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm coming out with, right? So that at my concert versus the dudes that's coming out and I'm about to shoot up the block. You know what I mean? So when you think about the crowds at the different concerts, the one that's talking about the girls is going to have women out there 9 times out of 10. The one that's talking about all the guns and the violence 9 times out of 10, you're gonna expect something gonna go down when the rival crews and all that starts showing up at the events. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. That's the part of it where you get into that side makes one side look more dangerous than the other on the surface. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's still
Oh, I got
had the
one,
same
yo. I got
undermeaning.
one, yo. I got one. Like, you got Fife, you feel me? Rest in peace to Fife, you feel me? Like, he was in A Tribe Called Quest. A Tribe Called Quest is considered to be a conscious rap group. I'll bust a nut inside your eye to show you where I come from. You
Thank
feel
you.
me?
Thank you.
Like,
Come on.
like that's a bar,
Well,
but that
Fife
is
ain't.
foul.
That's
Come
the
on, bro.
thing. Fife ain't a conscious rapper. Q-Tip is a conscious rapper, but
He's
Fife
not
is not.
Fife is not a conscious rapper.
No, Fife is not a conscious rapper.
Fife from Native Tongues, yo.
He
I thought they
is,
was
but
all conscious.
so was Drez. Drez ain't a conscious rapper either. He was talking that hot stuff too. And Mr. Long, all he did
Okay,
was rap about his
so he was
kids for the whole first album.
so he was
Oh,
saying some. So okay,
Doom
so
got a
you're
song like
saying
that
he's
too.
saying ratchet stuff behind conscious beats.
Right. But I guess
But
the
they're not really conscious rappers though. A conscious rapper is actually like this is what a conscious rapper will do, right? A conscious rapper will sleep with his homeboy's girl, but he will never put that on a song. He gonna talk about how a woman is a queen and all of that stuff.
He's
But
a
in the
hypocrite.
meantime,
He's a
he'll
he's
be
a
in the strip. He'll be in the
he's
strip
a
club.
hypocrite.
Yeah, he's a hypocrite.
So
I
what
know,
was
We
MF Doom,
know a
yo?
few of them.
But he's pointing at the guys who he deemed is destroying the black community.
Yes.
And that's the
Yes.
issue I got. Now we meeting somewhere. Now we
Yes.
meeting somewhere.
Yes. There we go.
So
Yeah.
what was MF Doom? Was MF Doom? Because here's the thing: MF Doom had conscious qualities, but he was the villain, metaphorically and literally. You know what I mean? He used to send fake Dooms out to perform, like he was really on some super villain shit for real, low key. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doom got a song off of Mad Villainy where it's called Fancy Clown, right? Where he's mad at his girl for cheating on him with him. You get what I'm saying? Because he's supposed to be Doom, but Doom is also Victor Vaughn. You know what I mean? So basically, he's like, you've been cheating on me with MF Doom, but I've been cheating on you. He smashed her mother, he smashed the maid. He went through a whole list on the song.
Okay, so
you know what that concept remind me? Hold on, I'm gonna let you hold you have to hold that thought. This is real quick. That concept remind me of Jim and the Holograms, where the manager of the group was Jim's boyfriend, but he was also like her alter ego's boyfriend too. So basically, he didn't know he was cheating, but he didn't know that she knew that he was cheating. Kind of like that is what you're saying about this MF Doom song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but the concept of the album is ratchet, is it not?
No, no, but it's of what? Mad Villainy?
No, the concept of the song you just mentioned with Doom cheating on his wife.
Yes, the song is very much so
ratchet. It's ratchet, right?
It's a ratchet song from somebody that's considered to be a conscious artist.
But you'll have conscious rappers, right? Or say, we don't look at, we'll put that to the side, but if, just say if 50 Cent did the same thing, same concept, he's bad for the community, he's bad for the youth. And that's what I was trying to break down to this fellow MC. And I was like, yo, you know, you gotta understand that's because it's behind a conscious beat or a rapper's rapping in a conscious way doesn't mean that it's righteous, man. It's still the same poison and effect. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the 50 Cent version would just get out to the youth a little quicker than, you know what I'm saying, an MF Doom version of it. That's all.
I don't feel like what MF Doom did was put. I think that he was stretching the pen in order to make you think. You feel me? Cause it's like, how can she cheat on you when that's still you, yo? But that's the thing too, is just how you are you as an individual, but it's also you as a rapper. You get what I'm saying? Like if 50 Cent was to make that same song, I think that I agree with you, but that probably would have been a single that it came from 50. You feel me? Like she is with 50, but she's also with Curtis. That's two different niggas. It's the same person, but you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I
Like,
get you.
You
like
know,
I,
you know who's the perfect, ratchet, conscious rapper? Lord
Ooh.
Jamar. Lord Jamar. I think, I think that's who you talking about right there.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Lord Jamal's stuff.
From Brand Nubian.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with his work. I'm more familiar with Grand Pooba than Lord, Lord
I
Finesse.
mean, you
Yeah,
can, yo, but
Lord,
Pooba was a conscious nigga, but he rap about fucking all the time.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Well, all the
saying. Yeah,
I'm not really Sadat X is known for that, but Lord Jamar is and Grand Pooba is. So that kind of like aligns with what you're saying.
yeah. All right, we're gonna go to two more topics before we hang it up. Quan Bizzle came. He mentioned something right, and they got into like a debate in a car the other day. Is Africa rappers, are they a guest in hip hop? Debate in a car the other day. Is Africa rappers, are they a guest in
The
hip hop?
volcano from out of Iceland. They come to take over the rap game like the white man. Iller than Hitler, photobomb at the Yahoo, let it ball up. Watch me do it like the Pointer Sisters. Slip arsenic in your corn liquor. The bigger L's than the Aubrey nigga. From Pappy Mason the past, he Mason the church was vacant. A preacher with Bobby trapped in the basement. I'm laughing, just imagine the sleepy beauty had herpes.
All right. Yeah, I guess.
Huh?
Why that's divisive now. See, we coming up in a day where the majority of us that we met were FBA. You know what I mean? Now, this current generation is coming up, it's not like that anymore. You know what I mean? We got a lot of Africans here. We got a lot of more Caribbean here now that we used to. And like global, this is even turning global now. So like think about the fact, like say the last discussion we just had, we were talking about all the rappers that could wash Kendrick. And we were just talking about all the people. I'm pretty sure there's people over in Europe now, like, how come you ain't mentioned XYZ and all these other people they got over there? Because they think that those folks should be in the same category with hip hop. You know what I
They
mean?
they really
Ain't
can't though. They
ain't none of
can't.
them niggas fucking with Kendrick. I fuck with Skepta though. Skepta is hard. Ain't none of them niggas fucking with Kendrick.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that
Yeah, they nice and they nice in the UK, but they ain't like us.
right,
I,
but when
I
is it?
mean, yo, Cardinal Official nasty, but he not from the UK. He from Canada. But Cardinal Official gets busy.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah. But see,
So go on, go.
one of those things where here it's going to be like, all right, eventually, when is the door open? When do they not remain guests? You know, I know they guests at this point, but eventually at some point they can't always be guests. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, can't we say that Eminem always gonna be a guest?
Yes.
He's not FBA. I think Quan, you got to speak up for yourself on this one because you brought the topic up. But I say they not. I'm half and half, man. I'm on the fences with it because I look at it as being divisive. You know what I'm saying? Because according to what I know, unless somebody educate me otherwise, that's where a lot of us come from is the continent of Abkhazia, better known as Africa, right? So it's like telling your cousin that he's not part of the family. It's like telling your cousin that you're not in my bloodline. You can't come to this
I
this
mean, some
family
of them would do
gathering.
that to us if we went over there. Say if I decided my bad, Lord. But say if I wanted to make Fela Kuti type music, you think niggas ain't gonna tell me I'm visiting in the genre?
Mm-hmm. That right there.
It's the same, yeah, because and then in that line, remember there was a time when reggae got very popular over here, reggaeton and all that. You know what I mean? Remember there was a group, what was it, Born Americans or something like that, and they started to get hot like it was like early '90s, and they started to get hot. They was on the road. They had like Snow, and there was another group like there was another performer named Snow, and a lot of people was jumping on that reggae bandwagon back then. And I remember the backlash that came from over that way. Like, look, man, y'all basically perpetrating. Y'all not official. Y'all not the real us. You know what I mean? So I see what you're saying.
Um, I think personally, man, I think this whole thing is, my opinion, stupid. When it comes to you know, our other brothers and sisters over there in Africa, being guests, in hip hop, and we being guests into their genre, because I know some of you probably might have cousins, friends, sisters, you might have a girlfriend that listen to Tim's,
What about
that listen to yeah,
what about the girl? She say, "Make me sweat." Pause.
yeah,
Tyler.
that's South Africa.
Yeah, but when she came over here, everybody welcomed her with open arms, but she denounced it.
She didn't denounce. Everybody was saying that she denounced that. That wasn't a lot of people didn't understand her culture. That's
I
exactly what it was
mean,
about. She was saying she's South African. She was saying she was colored. Colored over there, the definition of colored over there and colored over here means two different things. See, a lot of black African Americans, a lot of Americans in general are very ignorant to that, to other cultures in general. So she was really not saying I'm not black. Yes, she's part black. You know what I mean? I mean, over here, we might look at someone that's more lighter in complexion, and I'm not saying all black people. Hold up. Some black people look at someone that's more light skinned and be like, they're not fully black. You know what I mean? And then you might have another black person that might look at someone that's light skinned and be like, he's fully black. There's no discussion. There's no debate about it, right? So we all have our different opinions and stuff about color and about race. But she was just saying over here what she knows, what she grew up with. You can't expect a lot of them like they can expect us to be knowledgeable of their culture. Like we can't expect them to be knowledgeable of our culture. She's coming over here only from the knowledge of what she got in her home town about being colored. Over there, they call people that look like her colored. They don't call her black. They call her colors. You know what I mean? So it's two different things.
Okay, so how? So getting back,
Yeah.
why do you think that they should be part? Why do you think they should not be guests? They should be part of the culture
I mean,
when they didn't start.
look, and look, I don't want to say something ignorant. It's not about who. I'm not gonna say it's not about who started and who didn't start it. Who started it is very important. But what I do want to say though is that we have to understand if we want to bring this unity thing together, especially I was talking about it on the last podcast about African Americans and Africans. I'm not going to say African Americans. I'm just going to say Africans in general, right? We want to bring this unity to our brothers and sisters. Then we got to start from petty stuff like this. Well, they're not hip hop, or that's not Afro beats. How you gonna talk about unity with your brothers and sisters, but when it comes to things that we want to share, things we want to be a part of, we want to separate each other? Those things don't correlate. Those things are not, the same thing. I can't be like, yeah, that's my brother and sister from Africa. I love the homeland and everything, but they're not part of hip hop. They can't wear Timbs in New York City. You know what I mean?
They're one of the masters of tribalism.
Look, I'm not gonna. No. Look, see, look, see, look,
Pop is our tribe.
see, look.
So they,
Like I told you in the car,
you can enjoy the show, but you can't sit.
I told you in the car, two wrongs don't make a right.
It makes us even.
No, two wrongs don't make a right. We keep going in the past, and we keep trying to, like pull up skeletons from the past.
I'm just
We're
saying,
going to
yo,
be here, man.
I don't know, man. After all that Akata shit, like, you know what I mean? After all that shit, I don't know, B. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but no, all jokes aside, like, so is that a thing? Like, is there a divide in the diaspora right now about what is and who cannot be hip hop? Like, I feel like
it's been a thing for a long time now.
I don't think it's about people not of different cultures not being a part of hip hop. It's just them recognizing and giving credit and respect where it's due about them being a guest. Like this started in America, you performing an American art form. That's all it is. It's very simple. We don't have to make it more complicated. But if you a guest, you a guest. That's simple. You're not.
I don't understand the problem.
FBA, you know what I mean? But you can perform the art form. We don't got an issue with that. Just
like it's no people.
Just respect our culture. That's all.
It's none of us that were born here or that come from here that are saying y'all not from here, so y'all shouldn't be rapping. That's not what's being said,
Exactly.
right?
Right.
So I really don't understand the issue. Yes, this was made here. And so I don't really get the disconnect. Like, so we're not supposed to act like we invented this?
Right.
No, I look, I wouldn't say that because, like, here's my point. It's like I said from the beginning, right? It would be very ignorant of me to say, let's forget about the creators, the original people that created that, right? You know what I mean? Yes. And a lot of people debate, well, if Jamaicans own hip hop or not. That's a big debate because a lot of people say the creation of hip hop wasn't solely just made off of FBA. So we can argue with that about the ownership of hip hop. Is it just strictly only owned by FBA, or was it the Jamaicans? Was it the other groups around that also was in because if you ask someone like Harris One that was actually there, well, being a kid or a adolescent at that time, he has a different story and a different outlook on it. And he was at the birthplace of hip hop. So he has a different opinion. He didn't just say it was FBA that created hip hop, but everybody else would differ. And a lot of us weren't there when hip hop was created. So we say hip hop is just strictly FBA, but him himself being there, being alive at that time while hip hop was being created, saying no, that's completely non-true.
Who was the Jamaican?
I mean, but you got to take into account that nigga is Jamaican too.
Fair point,
Yeah,
but
real quick, who was the Jamaican? Kool Herc?
Yes, Kool Herc was Jamaican.
Okay, now here's the thing. I'm going down a rabbit hole. If he wasn't, he's the founder of it, then it technically don't belong to us.
No, it did.
No, it do belong to us because it happened here. It happened here.
This is the thing. One person can't create a genre, first of all. Secondly, hip hop is a derivative of dancehall, but it's not dancehall. It's a derivative. It's something different. So, and since it was made here on American soil, that means it's an American art form.
hmm.
And before my yardies get on me, yo, because I know niggas gonna watch this, yo. Big up KRS, know what I mean? I don't want no issues with my yardies, know what I mean? I know I say he Jamaican too, like I'm trying to throw a nigga under the bus. I know where my people from, nigga, Spanish town, know what I mean? So yeah, my bad, go ahead, continue, yo.
Here's my thing, okay, was Kool Herc, was he the only one, or was it like a...
No, and the first rapper was FBA, Coke LaRock. Coke LaRock was FBA.
Okay, so
it's not just hip hop has four elements, yo. The DJ was the first element, basically. The DJ. But then you got graffiti. You got graffiti. You can't just judge it based off of one of the elements. There's four elements. So if it was just DJ, then maybe you can say that it was created by Jamaicans. But it has four different things: graffiti, breakdancing, and MCing.
Who did the MCing? Who was
Coke
the first
LaRock.
MC?
Coke LaRock is the first MC.
Is he's African American, right?
Yes. From my understanding, he is African American.
Kool Herc is the DJ.
Yes.
And who did the graffiti?
I have no idea.
We don't know.
The first person to tag a train, I have no idea.
Okay, so whatever that is, we can't put that to account. We can't say if he was Latino or otherwise, or Chinese, damn it. But
I mean, if you watch Wild Style, they would make you think it was mainly Latinos doing graffiti. If you watch that.
Yeah. But here's my thing.
Breakdancing too, you know, Crazy Legs and them niggas. Like,
if Kool Herc was on the Wheels of Steel and the other brother was FBA doing the MCing, should it not be split down in half? Shouldn't the Jamaicans, if you're looking at it from a contractual thing, okay, should not the Jamaicans have also a soul claim or birthright in this hip hop thing?
A little piece, like an eighth.
A little piece.
Nah,
that's
crazy.
Look,
Kool Herc is the father. Yo, look. Kool Herc is the father, yo.
Breakdancing, 25%. MCing, 25%. Graffiti writing, 25%. You can probably get that to the Latinos. The first breakdancers were black, were brothers. And the first MCs were brothers. So that's 50%. That makes it ours. There you go.
Yeah, he shut that shit down. That was
No,
crazy.
sir. It depends. It's subjective because if the Gowner, there's no hip hop about the wheels of steel in the breakbeat. It's just a freestyle. You just you basically a poet.
Yo, everybody was DJing. You had disco DJs, you had country DJs, you had soul
No, but
DJs.
the whole doing that shit outside, you feel me, and the park jams and shit like that came from the sound clash culture in Jamaica, know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
but
so you got oh, I'm sorry.
but like he is the father, but you still need the mother too. It ain't just the father DNA.
Okay, so that child is biracial. So that means that Jamaicans and FBAs have a soul claim in this hip hop.
Not only
They got a piece. They got a little piece of it. You give them a little piece. You can't give them. You can't give them.
It's
You
no
can't
hip
give them a
hop.
big piece.
It ain't hip hop about the wheels of steel, bro, and the beat breaks.
Yeah.
You're just a poet.
but
You take away the beat and the production from any MC, he's just spurring out poetry. That's all a freestyle is a form of poetry.
you know,
Yeah, but a hip hop beat. A hip hop beat is a hip hop beat. It's not a reggae beat. It's not a
Okay,
Jamaican beat.
so what's more hip hop? If Primo was to have a whole track of instrumentals of him just scratching and making production, or rather just hearing Nas Illmatic without the beats on it, which one is more hip hop?
Both of them are equally
Thank
hip hop. Let me break this down to you, right? Kool Herc is a Jamaican spinning records, right?
Yeah.
What is he mostly spinning? He's mostly spinning soul
Break beats.
grooves.
He's
James
bringing-
Brown.
He's spinning
track.
soul break beats.
James Brown's music, like the funk, is like a part of the sound of hip hop, like funk music. That's another thing you got to incorporate into it. Because those
Yeah,
break
but
beats were
no one's
funky.
claiming.
They were
No one's.
rock break beats, and they were jazz break beats, and they were funk break beats. American music. Come on, man.
I froze up in the last one. What you said the last two? What you were saying?
I said the break beats that they were playing was from funk music, jazz music, and rock music. That's American music. So the foundation.
That's even
of it
subjective.
is
That's even.
American.
Let me tell you
It's
why that's even.
American music.
Let me tell you why that's even subjective. Because what those elements could have came from Africa.
but
Those influences could have came from Africa.
still,
Man, James Brown influenced Fela Kuti.
I don't even know who that is, but
Fela Kuti was basically known for creating Afrobeat.
right. Like that's you gotta think. We gotta we can't take our credit from ourselves, you know what I mean? And try to say that, because they came and incorporated what they were doing into what we had, you know what I mean? And we turned, and that all together became this genre, you know what I'm saying?
American music influenced the world.
Right.
It influenced the world. American music.
I think African music influenced the world, but that's just me. I mean, we really going back in history.
Yeah, but
If we really going back in history,
it's not
black people over here influence American culture and music as we know it, and those people, our ancestors, come from over there in Africa. So you really want to get to the origin of things. This is my sole belief in everything. If you really want to get down to the bottom of things, you got to check its origin. You can't check the middle of the story or how the story ends. You got to check the origin, and the origin comes from Africa. There you have it.
But that wasn't what it was. That wasn't hip hop. Niggas was not in Africa beatboxing.
You don't know that.
Right.
You don't know that.
I guarantee you them niggas was
don't
not
know
over
that.
there beatboxing.
You don't know that.
Niggas was not rocking ten. All right, bro.
No, half of the dancers, like let's look at the Crazy Lane. Half of the dances that we do as FBA, if you look at some video or go over Africa, some tribe, they've been doing them dances.
That's not the
So we're gonna take the soul claim of that
You know
too?
what? You know what? You're right. They were definitely breakdancing in Africa a long time ago. You're right about that.
As well, and
They're funny.
same thing about when it comes to certain lyrical elements, you know what I mean? When it comes to different pieces of what makes hip hop. Of course, it all came from the source. But after going through what we went through over here, you see what I mean? That struggle is what birthed this genre. You see what I mean? They didn't have that same struggle. So that's how come that's ours. You see what I'm saying? That struggle birthed this genre.
I get what you're saying, but y'all missing my point. If you
They
you have a Jamaican on the wheels of steel, and you have an African, you have an FBA doing the lyrics. Let's look at it from a business. Let's take it from a business standpoint, a contractual standpoint, and they say, look, we're going to create this thing called hip hop. Let's draw up a contract. We're gonna split this in half. You came with your own business idea, which is the wheels of steel, and I came with the lyrics. Together merges hip hop. One cannot exist without the other. Or the one, if you took one away from the other, you still have that strong element, right? But that's for contractual reasons. Let's come together and we merge together like Voltron to make hip hop. You don't have a full body if the damn arm is gone. Okay? You got to have the arm on there for it to make it a full body. You get what I'm saying? So if that's the case, and we all been fair with ourselves, fellas, right? Then hip hop belongs to us and the Jamaicans. We got to share it.
I don't know about all that.
Oh, come on. Y'all been arguing now, man. Y'all been arguing. Y'all been arguing now, man. Y'all been arguing. That's just like two parents coming together and they birth a child, and somebody gonna say, both of the child do got both our DNA in us, but that's more my child than yours. No, it's both of y'all child.
What was he spinning?
If you take away their DNA, if the father take away his DNA, it's no longer both of y'all's.
Yeah, but what was he spinning though? What were the DJs spinning?
Y'all keep
American
going back
records.
Y'all keep going back to these records, and I keep
He was
telling you,
spinning
these
American
sounds
records.
come from Africa.
Exactly. So yeah, of course the
Then
person.
on top of that, Kool Herc was a little boy when he came over to America.
Well, man, y'all tripping, bro. He's Jamaican. Y'all tripping, bro.
We influenced by the black man.
He's still Jamaican. He's still Jamaican.
He's still Jamaican, man. He's still Jamaican.
He's
I don't care.
Jamaican, but
I don't care.
He probably lost his accent and everything.
Nah, man.
He was in the hood.
Stop.
You know.
Nah, man. I in my personal opinion, I believe that now, when we dive into should the Africans be a part of the culture, that's we gotta do our what you call it, our extensive study and as journalists, right? We gotta put our journalist hat on. But when it comes down to Kool Herc and the other brother, I keep forgetting his name. Him, right? That's a joint venture, bro. So they got every right. The Jamaicans and blacks started hip hop. We don't know who spray painting on the trains. It could be Chinese man. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? He's not coming forward. He built the railroad tracks, but he's not coming forward. But that was a collective, man. Whoever was involved in that collective, due to their ethnicity or whatever, that's who hip hop started, and that's who birthright the hip hop. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? Now I get where y'all coming from. They don't treat black people throughout time, now today as it stands, we are always open armed to everyone, right? But as a masses, I'm not saying everybody like that, but as a masses, people are not open armed to us.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? You can come in our house and party, but we got to stand outside your door and get permission to come inside your house to party. So I get where y'all coming from, but we talking about from a contractual, a moral standard, Jamaicans and blacks created hip hop. That's it. End of story. That's it. I know it hurts. I know it hurts, man. I know it hurts. I know it hurts. I know it hurts, man. I know it hurts, bro. Well, look on the bright side, man. At least it wasn't a white guy.
No, I don't separate it like that. A lot of people do. A lot of people separate. They like categorizing the separation of it, which is very beneficial for the overall loss. And I understand why people separate the way that they do, because we tribalistic by nature. You know what I mean? Everybody, we like our tribe the most. You see what I'm saying? Even we do the same thing sports-wise. Even we don't have official tribes here in the United States. So we become fans of teams. And a lot of times when we, with our fanship, we turn, I'm a Cowboy fan, so I don't like them Redskins. You know what I mean? It's what we do. It's
Yeah.
it's a part of our nature. As part of human nature, we naturally find ways to group up. If we all the same, we're gonna find something to separate ourselves on. Oh, what you like? You like blue. I like red. So you see them folks to be liking blue. You know what I mean? So we find ways, and we do it all the time.
Human nature.
It just comes with it. But I don't know. But I think that when it comes to these discussions, we should take them with a grain of salt too. You know what I mean? Of course.
No doubt.
So it's not like we saying we hate the whole groups of individuals, but at the same time, we are saying you got to give us credit for what we bring to the table too.
Even if it's, the spoon and the glass.
Right.
Mm.
That's a very good part. Because without it, it will be boring. Think about it. Because all right, DJ Kool Herc, right? They saying by the way that he was bringing in the whole breakbeat and stuff, it influenced for people to come with a certain syncopated way for the way that they was rhyming. So that helped. Of course, you can't take that away from them. You know what I mean?
Facts. All right, let's move on to the last topic. It's probably short. What was it? That text. Something about should your spouse go half or something like that, or should you pay for everything in the house? How that work in today's economy? Do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree? Basically, if you living with someone or you have a significant other and y'all was to get a place, should you pay for everything and let her be old-fashioned and take care of the kids and teach the kids and stay home at home mom? Or due to this day economy, should everything be split in half? And if everything's split in half, does she has the right to, speak, have some type of control in the house? Who wanna go first?
I look at it like this, right? If my wife wanted to be traditional, she would have to understand that that with my salary, we are not going to have certain luxuries. And if she want those luxuries, she's going to have to go get a job. But I don't have an issue with paying all the bills at all. But if I'm paying the bills, I expect the house to be clean and all of that stuff. You in the house all day, the house got to be clean, children got to be taken care of, the food got to be cooked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, stuff like that. But if she
chauvinist, man, you're a chauvinist. Let me stop.
If she worked, we can do the stuff together. But if I'm the one working and paying all the bills, then yeah, she definitely have to keep the house clean, make sure the kids are ready for school, help them with their homework, cook dinner, do all the chores. But if you want luxuries like a second car and you want all the streaming sites, you gonna have to get a job. You gonna have to get a job. You gotta get a job. Because I can't afford that on my salary.
Oh man. What you think of?
Yeah, if you can do it, if you can swing it where if that's what the two of you want. If it can be swung where one stays home and the other goes out and work, and that's what they want to do, by all means. You know what I mean? But if you can't, this day and age is tough to be able to do that. You know what I mean? You got to find a way to do it. And the key thing is sacrifices. You know what I mean? What are the things that you really want versus what you need? Because a lot of time what we do is, like my grandmother would always used to say is, people will beg for what they want so they can buy what, no, people will beg for what they need so they can buy what they want. You know? So they'll spend all their money buying all the things that they want and they want to have, and they going out to eat and doing all these things. Then they turn around hitting you up like, yeah, They turn around hitting you up like, yeah, I don't got my rent. You think you can help me out for rent? You know what I'm saying? They just can't. These are the type of games that people will play. So all that to say is, it's all about that team. Y'all got to be on the same page. Y'all not on the same page, you're not going to go anywhere. Y'all going to end up splitting anyway.
Yeah, because you got some women in modern day time, they think just because they split everything in half, the bills and everything, that they feel the need to demasculate a man in certain aspects. You know what I'm saying? It's like I make a small scenario. The kids are up at 9:30, lights still on. All right, kids, turn the lights off. I just paid the bill. Well, I put half to it. They can leave the lights on if they want to. It's Friday night.
Mm-mm.
You feel what I'm saying? They real life scenarios, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like, where do this, how what I'm saying is, how does a man still become a leader of the house in today's age with the economy and the price of living going up? Skills, what you think, man? Holler at me.
Yo, so this whole thing just gave me a flashback. I had to be 13, 14. Relative of mine, he had just came home and he had just finished this crazy 10-hour, 12-hour shift, whatever, you feel me? And his wife at the time was not working. He came home, you feel me? And there was no dinner made.
Yeah. Tired. Yeah.
Yo, I'll never forget this, yo.
That's not funny, man.
No, it was funny what he said, bro. It was so I was listening to like I think it was the Outer Wild soundtrack or some shit, whatever it was. He told me to turn the music down. He asked him, had she made the dinner? And she said no. And he was like, "You've been in here all day. You know, I just finished this shift and there's there's no dinner made." Yo, he looked her in her soul and was like, when I come home, I expect the three F's. I need you to fuck me, feed me, and free me. Yo, that shit. That shit. Yo, that had killed me. Yo, like I was real live rolling, bro. And I wouldn't understand how real that statement was until I got older, yo.
Yeah.
But with that being said, yo, I agree with everything Jammer One said, yo. I fully endorse and co-sign what Jammer One said, yo.
Yeah.
But
Your
yeah,
uncle was a real one.
yeah, yo, my
He
uncle
was
was
a real
mad
one.
real, mad real. That shit, yo, that shit cracked me up to this day, bro. My uncle, one of the funniest dudes I know, bro.
Oh, I think the 50-50 should be a thing. I mean, these days the economy, how things are going, the gas prices, the rent, the average rent is like $1,900. These days, especially if you live in a county or somewhere like Columbia, Maryland, Northern Virginia, you want to live in a nice area where the crime rate is low. 50-50 is a thing, but I mean the especially in this generation, even with women that are 19 to 40, a lot of women are independent in a way where you're gonna find a CNA, a nurse, you're gonna find a woman that's working the same job as you. These days women are doing trucking and stuff like that. They're taking trades. So a lot of women are going to want to do 50-50 anyway, right? But here's the opposite side. I feel like there on the other side is a woman that also want to do no 50-50. They stay at home, the man goes out. And I feel like if you don't have enough where you're making like 5K, 4K a month to, provide for that woman, food in the house, the basic necessities and everything, I feel like, live below your means, to live humble. Or, live outside the country where the rent is like $400, like in Thailand, stuff like that. I feel like you can still keep the respect, still be the man of the house, but you're living below your means and you can afford that and more. You know what I mean? But if you want that same respect, I feel like personally, and this I feel like if I'm going 50-50 with a woman, she should still show me that same respect regardless as a man, regardless of being 50-50, especially if I'm doing everything by her and I'm treating her white, like right, I'm her piece. You know what I mean? I'm protecting her. I'm feeding her. I'm not cheating on her and everything. I just feel like she should still treat me with that respect because if she's treating me different based on the income and that we're going 50-50, she wasn't for you anyway. She was never for you. So because
Right.
if her loyalty and her love for you is based off the income you make, she was never for you anyway. She never was loyal to you. She wasn't never going to be loyal to you. And her loyalty, her trust to you, her dependence is on you is only because of the money you have in your pocket. So I feel like that's more of a, like I say, that's more of a friendship than a relationship. You know what I mean? That's more of a roommate. Yeah, business partner. That's more of a roommate. So, yeah, basically.
I think that's a thin line though, what you were just saying, Bizzle. Like, first thing, as far as men is food, clothing, and shelter. That's the necessities that the women that's our duty for to provide for the women. Um, it's a thin line because just say if you lose your job, you can't get any work, or even worse, you have some big business idea that's going to catapult you to being a millionaire in 2 years, but requires for her to step it up. Do you think that it's right for her to be the only one working when you don't want to go back out and get a job or whatever the case may be? Like, what is a thin line for the woman to say, look, enough is enough. We back on bills, because, and I don't think this working out because my experience with women, and fellas, y'all can probably vouch for me, women doesn't have the patience that, I may get crucified for this. They don't have the patience that we have for them sometimes. Meaning like, we okay with us providing for them. Oh, but you don't got no groceries or whatever. I got you. You ain't, your rent, car note. I got you. But when the flip side is, let it be 30 days. She gonna look at you funny and say, you ain't go out and sign no applications. You know what I'm saying? That job ain't fall through yet. You know what I'm saying? These bills piling up. You need to cut that light off. Why you in the game too long? Cut the game off. You need to be online filling out some applications. I think their tolerance is a little bit more lower than ours because innately we're the providers.
Wired to provide. They're not wired to be the one doing that providing. They're supposed to nurture. Well, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Another thing is, when you get into a relationship, that type of relationship with the woman, you have to have a woman that's not lazy. Like, if something happens to you, like if you get sick or something, she have to be able to pick up the slack, because you don't want no woman that's just going to fall flat on her back and everything fall apart. Y'all be homeless now. The kids got to go sleep in the daggone homeless shelter, all because you can't work no more. No, you need a woman that's actually that's worth a dang, basically.
Right. And
I was gonna say, I don't mean to cut you off, Gov. I
No,
was
I'm
gonna
done.
say you have a Kendrick Lamar type wife, and then you have a Jada Smith. You know what I mean? You have someone that's gonna be down with you when you're down and out, when you're broke, when you're wearing the same pair of clothes and pants, you're in your car doing shows for $50 a show, that's gonna be patient with you and that knows your dream. And even if you fail 5 times over, even if that show didn't pay you enough, even if you don't get no ticket sales, even if you don't go on tour for a whole 5 to 10 years, she's still down with you. She listens to your music. She's the first one to give honest critique of your music. She's there.
Yeah.
And then you have someone that's going to be there for you because they see potential, but they have fear and lack of trust in you that you're not gonna make it. I don't really believe in you, but if it's there, just know that I was there. You know what I mean? They have
Right.
no type of love, no type of faith in you, but they want to be there for the benefits, right? So there is women, they're not in abundance. It's a big earth. God created this big earth with a lot of women like that. You just have to find those women. You know what I mean? That's the mission.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, is find those women that are down with you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, like that poetic justice type love. You know what I mean? You want to find that balance of a woman that she's gonna be on you and she's gonna hold you responsible, but she's gonna be down with you, be like, okay, we're gonna work this together. Rather than a woman that's just like, I'm only here because of what if. You know, what
You
if we
mean
can do something?
so like finding a life partner as opposed to a leech?
Yep, basically.
But I feel like sometimes, I mean, from an artist standpoint and just from a man standpoint, I feel like sometimes, yo, you really don't find out if you have a life partner until shit hit the fan. You know what I mean?
Right. That's another thing. Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's what.
Go.
That's like, say you come home and you find out, yeah, they just let me go today. So that's when you can always see that shift. Sometimes, like the good one is gonna be all right. It's all right. Don't worry. You know what I mean? Just maintain, get yourself together. Don't worry. You get out there, you get another one. You was good before. But the bad one, that same day, they gonna hit you over and see, I told you. I knew you was one of them types that's gonna be doing it. And they start with the down talk, the negative talk. Every time you do something, it's all the negativity. They don't build, they tear you down because they trying to keep you down on this level. That's how you know early on, you know what I mean? Not to, but see, I think the mistake that a lot of people make is that, like, say, guys, we in this whole impress mode off the break when you first meet them. We trying to impress them. We trying to show them, oh, I got it. I don't care what you need. What you need, I got it. We fold it off. You know what you said you want. You say what you got a problem with. Boom, I got you. Come on with me. Come down with me. We have. I think a lot of times when we decide that we like her, we turn off our whatever what it is, our
Our logic, our radar, our intuitions.
all of that kicks off. We we in chase mode at that point. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. And a lot of time when we doing it, we don't vet. We don't take the time to vet to really find out. And then when we actually in a position now, we got a house, we got mortgage on the line, we got rent on the line, car payments and all this. Now all of a sudden you finding out, oh, she wasn't a partner. She was just here just to get what she could get.
Yeah, you're in front mode, like you're trying to impress her. And that can send the wrong signal. She could be a good girl, a good woman. But by you being on front mode, taking out to eat, buying her shoes, clothes, popping up at her house every other weekend, taking her out to dinner. And she probably said, you know what? This is what he's about, materialism. That's how I'm going to treat it. This relationship about materialism. You get what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
yeah, that can backfire on men. You know what I'm saying? Like Gov said, our innate nature is to provide. So when you first meet a woman that you're interested in, you're gonna, want to show that type of characteristic. But that can send the wrong signals out to any woman. So when the last check, you work for the government, you get the boot. You feel what I'm saying? And that money ain't coming through, she gonna look at you different, like you ain't big money gripping my eyes no more. I gotta what else do we got to interest us in this relationship when it's all about the money?
And it's about Louis bags. Now you can't
the conversation about who you are as a person. Yeah. It always been about materialism. So yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, fellas, is anything y'all want to talk about before we end this?
I got a question for Quan.
Yeah, what's up?
Who you got winning, Young Boy or Chopper?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm gonna have to say Inner League Chopper. I do like the whole. I do like the little lyricism he had on this song, and actually kind of surprises me because I thought NLE was gonna go with the kind of drill type beat, his like usual style. So when he kind of go this style, I'm like, I don't think NBA Youngboy is gonna respond with this style, but it's pretty smart on his behalf because if you look deeper about it, and at least kind of exposing Youngboy to kind of have a real rap battle to be more on the lyrical side. But see, here's the thing. He's just basically exposing him lyrically as a hip hop artist, as a rapper. This guy's just all about drugs, guns, and all this, but he can't really rap. He can't hold 1v1. So I'm a better artist than him, right? We really haven't seen, at least I haven't seen NBA Youngboy really get on a track and rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always been about the same beats, the same subject matter. You know what he's gonna say. You know his same repetitive flow, everything. You know what I mean? The same melody. So in the league, Chapo going this direction with the type of beat selection he had with this is pretty smart. So I feel like he's gonna take this 100%. It's easy.
What's the guy named Chopper? What's his name here?
In the league, Chopper or in Chopper the Great, I guess.
Okay, Chopper.
Yeah, he changed his name to Annalie the Great. I think he thinks he's Tupac. You feel me? So it was like Machiavelli the Great. I think he's Annalie the Great now.
This is why I think you know why I think he's going to lose to NBA Youngboy?
Influence.
No. You don't tie a man up with a blouse on, yo, and think you're going to win a battle. What? That man had a black blouse on.
I mean,
he tied up an NBA Youngboy looking like with a black blouse on.
I mean,
You think you're gonna win something?
I mean, he's calling him.
Come on,
like,
bro. Come on. No, the dude is tying the chopper dude is tying NBA YoungBoy up, and he got a blouse on, and he doing some type of what's that dance John Morant do, yo? What's that?
The gritty.
Yeah, he doing a gritty, moving away from him. Like, yo, how the you gonna win a battle
Hey, I
doing
gotta
that? Yo?
rewatch that. I think
Look
that
at
it
it.
was. I think it was a diversion, right? Like I'm a dance on a diss track. I'm gonna make you niggas think like this is some funny shit. And then when he rapped on the Mob Deep beat, it was like, oh, he's dead ass serious. Like he really wants to battle this nigga. Now the only thing, like I told you when we talked about it the other day, I feel like we might not to say that NLE is cannabis, but he is cannabis in this situation as to where he's the better rapper, but the person he's going against has had the better career and is considered a legend to a lot of people. You feel me? So it's like, even though they're in the same age range, you know, a lot of the YB has a lot of listeners, and a lot of his listeners only want to listen to him. You feel me? So it's like, I just hope that it won't go down like how the cannabis battle went, because cannabis won the battle but ultimately lost the war. You know what I mean? And
Man,
I don't want.
none of this. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good, fam. I just wanted to, yeah.
None of this will hurt their career, bro. None. I mean, this matchup
This
is
could
not
kill. This
It's not
could kill
career.
Chopper career.
You
If
think so?
if Young Boy goes crazy and shows, like, if he, you feel me? Not to say that he would use a ghostwriter, I don't really know, but he's not really a rapper like that. You know what I mean? But if he was to get a ghostwriter or was to go crazy on him, this could really backfire.
But if he get a ghostwriter, wouldn't that backfire on Young Boy? Because he can get information, say, yo, you got reference tracks, so you lost already. But is this young generation playing by the same rules we play by?
I don't know, because YB hasn't responded yet, but he has to. Because of how he markets himself, because of how he portrays himself, he has to respond.
Yeah, I think he lost already, man. NBA Young Boy beat him without even saying that. You don't tie no man up with a blouse and do the John Morant joint.
It can be deeper. See, I feel like it would ruin one of their careers if someone had some dirt on them, like kind of, even if it's fake, right? Kind of how like Kendrick, because for me, everybody was like this with Kendrick.
Where's Drake doing that?
All this, but when Kendrick came out
you cheating,
with that
bro.
allegation, he won a battle already. When Kendrick came out that, he won a battle already, because now it's getting people to think, oh, Drake is a pedophile. This about OVO. If NLE Chopper has something in his bag or in his deck of cards that he could say, Amy Youngboy, something's gonna shock the world. Something's gonna make his fans think. Yeah. By the way, Youngboy was known to have intercourse with a girl this young, and there's proof of this. That will shock the whole world. People will be looking at NBA Youngboy, even if it's not true. That'd be like, oh dang, you know what I mean? So he gotta pull something unique. He gotta do a Kendrick. He gotta do a Pusha T.
Right.
I feel like that would kind of question NBA Youngboy's career in that sense.
I mean, and yeah, like, but niggas didn't even care that it was a lie at that point, because Kendrick had so much real shit that he said. Like, you feel me, about Drake having somebody that had a weird sexual charge on the label, talking about Baka not nice. Like, a lot of the stuff he said, even though like the daughter wasn't real, the majority of what he said was real. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting battle. I think it's a very interesting battle. I think that Chopper is surprising a lot of people. I hope that Chopper wins for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to put a dent in NBA young boys' armor.
Wait,
sometimes it's better not to say nothing at all.
Yeah.
But he gonna have to, because of how he portrays himself and because of how Young Boy got a song called "I Hate Young Boy." He just like 50 niggas on it. So now that somebody finally disses you and says your name, you have to say something. If you known for dissing 50 niggas at a time, and somebody is finally going at you, he has to say something.
Okay, now what if he take the Wu-Tang approach or the bully approach? Like,
just smack the shit out that
nigga?
Yeah.
See you in public, have somebody film you from afar, like how Game did. What's his name, 40 Glock, and just bring out the BITCH in you, and because you living in the days time where little memes and little film and all this type of stuff is just as bad as a diss. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, that's already happened to him kind of already because a lot of you guys don't know him. And one of NBA YoungBoy's like closest artists, like Quando Rondo, they had a little altercation with NLE and his crew, and it was said that Quando Rondo, well, they approached him, he wasn't saying nothing, he wasn't on that same time that rah rah, but when security and people were backing him up, he threw a bottle at them and just start talking, basically running away. He wasn't going towards the action. They was trying to go towards him in the league, his group, but Quando Rondo, his group was just basically going away, trying, same thing, and rest peace to that guy. I'm like King Von. Same thing with King Von. King Von went directly towards Quando Rondo. He was not trying to fight. He was not. Him and his crew was not trying to throw hands like that. King Von's crew came over there. They were not all about that beef until Quando Rondo's man came up. He shot King Von. So with them, I feel like a lot. And this is why I hate. And if anybody listens to this at work and if they're a fan, I'm gonna say I don't care. There's a lot of NBA YoungBoy D writers. Ever since he came out,
Hell yeah.
I hate NBA YoungBoy D writers, man. It's like they're on par with Eminem D writers. Like it's
Bro.
like or worse.
And that's why I love the fact that Chopper is putting belt to ass like this. There's grown ass men crying, talking about why be better. I love this. These niggas don't know how to handle it, yo. Niggas is looking like me when I watched Rocky 4 for the first time and didn't know Apollo was ready to die. That fucked me up. That's how his fans look right now. They can't believe they man's getting spanked like this. And I love this shit, dog. For real. That is.
oh man.
They don't know what to do. They can't believe they man's is going out like this. And it's like, how? Because that nigga's not a rapper, bro. So yes, he's getting his ass whipped in a rap battle. And to answer your question, if they do smack up NLE Chopper, it's just going to prove the point that you couldn't rap with this nigga, so you had to put hands on him. Yeah. But his fan base like to do tricks on it, so they gonna spin it like, oh no, he was just keeping it gangster. So there's no way to win.
Well, I won't say that he couldn't rap with him. It just depends on what, like you said. Well, if he's the type that's dissing people, then yeah, that he falls under that umbrella. But because I say that because Wu-Tang could have won at the Joe Buttons, but they didn't. They blacked his eye.
Man,
I
can't respect YoungBoy and artists like that these days. I feel like, see, when King Von was alive, there wasn't that much talk with King Von. There wasn't that much straight to the point dissing because just like the same way he met his fate.
No, niggas was scared of King Von.
Yeah, King Von was gonna go over there. King Von was gonna be a crash dummy, and he was gonna approach him about that. That's why YoungBoy wasn't into that beef, but he had a lot to say after the man passed away, and a lot of people pointing that out. Like, man, you talking all that tough talk, but you weren't in that when he was alive. There was a lot of sneak dissing, it was a lot of here and there, he say or she say, but it wasn't. No, he never directly mentioned King Von's name. King Von directly mentioned his name. King Von directly mentioned Quando Rondo's name. So I felt like when it comes to this, NBA YoungBoy, and he's not the type of person that likes to go against people that's on his same caliber, his same level. You know what I mean? So I don't see. I mean, anyone can get touched. He can get touched. But no, I'm not putting it. I don't see him just going up to Chopper because Chopper, just like him, even though Chopper's not.
I mean, Chopper got ties too. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's just a walking lick. NLE Chopper very much so is tied into different things. So if YoungBoy was to take it there with him, that'd be. I just hope they keep it rap. You know what I mean? But he can't rap with that nigga.
Yeah. You try to go after J. Cole and look, J. Cole didn't even take him seriously, man.
Who tried to go after J. Cole?
YoungBoy, he dissed J. Cole.
That had me laughing. I'm not gonna lie. I said that was cute. That was cute right there. I'm not gonna lie, man.
So look, he was supposed to do a song with Cole, right? And then he ended up going to the session mad hours late and then was mad that J. Cole didn't wait for him, so he dissed Cole. Like, nigga, why you didn't respect that man's time?
I'm glad that we didn't hear that. I mean, that would have been good for business for them, but I'm glad that didn't manifest itself. Well, shout out to NBA YoungBoy, shout out to Chopper. As long as y'all keep it on wax and then keep the choppers out of it, you know what I'm saying? We don't need no more of that. This in the segment, I guess I'll say it. I enjoyed y'all company once again. Another classic session. To the right of me, Quan Bizzle. To the left of me, Jamba One. Hopefully I said that right. In the middle, Sick Cousin Governor. And we got Skills. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you become a regular. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate this, and this was heavy. You know what I'm saying? This is another classic. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the Jamaicans and FBAs who created hip hop. Shout out.
Don't post this on Twitter, yo.
I'm posting it on there, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm going against the grain. You know what I'm saying? All right, fellas, man, enjoy y'all Saturday. Enjoy y'all weekend. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.